Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 10 of albums that are 10 years old in 2025. We're looking back to 2015. We've picked out our 15 favorite albums released in that calendar year. We're counting down from 15 to 1 because we've split the month in half. We spent the first half of the month in 2005. Now we're in 2015. We're pick number 10, counting down to number 1 for today. It's another really good one. This is an album that was released on October 2nd, 2015, produced by Dario Molo, recorded at First Avenue Studios in Newcastle upon Tyne for Listenable Records. I'm talking about Atom by the British band Satan. Yes, indeed. Don't be put off by the name, people. They're not this evil metal band. Not at all. It's just the name of the band. Their music is very, very listenable, very, very hook-laden, very much filled with amazing guitar work and anthemic songs. What would you call Satan? Obviously, now they've been around since the new wave of British heavy metal. They were part of that original scene. And with their debut album, Court in the Act, is long been considered one of the landmark releases from that scene. They kind of fumbled their way through the rest of the 80s, broke up for a long period of time, were together under different names and things like that, and then they reformed the band. 15 years ago? Something like that. And have released a handful of albums since then that I would arguably say is some of their best material ever. And this album is one of them. This is a killer album of all sorts of, speed metal, classic metal. I wouldn't call this thrash at all, but it's definitely speed metal. There's even some little bits here and there, little prog metal type things, right? We got Brian Ross on lead vocals, the terrific Brian Ross. Very unique vocal style. It's a great singer. Russ Tippins on guitar. Steve Ramsey on guitar. Again, the guitar playing in this band has always been off the charts, and these two guys, so good together. I've talked about Satan a lot on the channel. We reviewed so many of their albums in recent years. If you like early Iron Maiden, like maybe the first two albums, the Diano albums, but maybe add a little bit more speed to them, that's kind of the formula for Satan. Just great anthems, amazing guitar interplay, galloping rhythms, anthemic vocals. It's just, that sort of thing. Who else we got? Graham English on bass guitar, and on drums, Sean Taylor. So this album is, like I mentioned, easily one of the best of their reunion era, but then it's like one of those situations where you could really pick any of their more recent albums as the best from this period because they're all just so strong. There's not a dud on any of them, or with any of them, I should say. And here, no exception. Again, I always like to re-listen to these, usually right before I tape, and just like this album just absolutely rules. It starts off with Farewell Evolution, a great fast-paced track. Just loads and loads of great guitar riffs and little solos. This band does these great little guitar intros, which are just really so good. These speedy little fast pick things, and sometimes they're doing the twin guitar harmony thing, but it's not like a Thin Lizzy style. It's their own thing. It's very, very cool. You got Fallen Savior, another great track. I love Ruination. Man, that riff to start the song off is just so good. It's like a snake just like making its way through the arrangement. So good. I call that kind of like the circular riff type of thing. There's a few bands that do that quite well. Satan's one of them as well. Then you got the Devil's Infantry, one of the longer tracks on the album. And these guys are, most of the time, 4-minute long songs, maybe 5. That's generally what they do. They break that barrier just in a couple spots on this album. But that's them. It's just short, concise, punchy metal songs, right? Just kind of fist pumping stuff, classic metal sounding. Devil's Infantry, great song, just about 5 minutes long. You got the title track, Atom by Atom, really, really memorable. In Contempt, also pushing the 5-minute mark, but then you got My Own God. Ahriman is great. There's a couple tracks on this album, and I think The Devil's Infantry is one of them. My Own God, too, and especially Ahriman. There's like this kind of like epic, almost like Dio era rainbow thing going on in spots. There's this majesticness, this epicness, which I really love a lot. But Ahriman's another one of the great tracks on here. Bound in Enmity is track number 9, and then track number 10 is the near 7-minute long The Fall of Persephone. That's a really good one. That one, again, there's some furious speed metal riffing going on during parts of the song, but the way that the track kind of twists and turns and takes you on this very cool journey, it's very kind of prog metal in theory, not so much in execution. Like there's not all these like, complex bits and all tons of solos and things like that. But the way the song is structured, how it kind of goes through all these little changes and things, very, very much with a prog metal mindset, but just not, trying to overindulge sort of thing, because that's not this band. But yeah, tasty guitar solos everywhere, lovely little guitar intros and things like that. They do these very, very cool things. Some people I've seen have questioned like the production style on a lot of these newer albums from the band. They definitely have their own sound when it comes to how they like their albums produced. It's kind of like a raw but like dry sound. I've just some people want more of like an Andy Sneap type of thing with this band, and that's not really what they're going for. I have gotten very, very used to the production style of these more recent albums, and it definitely gives them their own unique vibe, which I think is really, really cool. It's what they're going after. Job well done. This is one of them. So yeah, this is my pick for today. Atom by Atom by the band Satan. Great cover artwork too. And what I love about all their albums is they keep the logo, and I believe it's the same person who designs the albums. All the same artwork. They've got this kind of little skull creature usually appears on all the album covers as well. So yeah, it's just look and feel is always very, very similar. I'm big on that. So yeah, that's my pick for today. Atom by Satan. If you are a fan, let us know what you think of this down in the comments below. Otherwise, list your pick for today. Pick number 10. We'll see you tomorrow for number 9. We're in the top 10 here, folks. So counting them down to number 1. Some of you have already been asking, Pete, what's coming up in May? I will probably make that decision this week. I know it doesn't give you guys a lot of time, but over the next couple of days, I have 2 ideas I'm floating around. And just so you know, if it's not in May, it'll be in June. But I wanted to get back to that. We talked about doing favorite 30 or 31 bass players of all time, because we did in last fall. We did singers, guitar players, and drummers. So I want to get back on track. I want to do bass players, and I want to do keyboard players. That'll be coming. But there's another idea that I've been tossing around that I'm thinking I may want to run with in May, depending on how quickly I can put my list together. And that has a lot to do with like really underrated albums that radio and the general public just completely missed out on, right? So those really accessible, can't miss albums that just for whatever reason just fell completely under the radar, that had the potential hits on there and just kind of a real broad appeal to a lot of different kind of listeners, but it just never happened, that type of thing. So I've been kind of tossing that around. So that may be next month. I may want to run with that because I think that'll be kind of fun. But I'll make that decision in the next day or two so you guys can get prepared for it. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. What do we got coming up on the channel? Before I go into my whole ending spiel, we've got... God, what is coming up this week? Well, we got Martin Popoff and I at the Funhouse on Friday. We're going to be talking about our favorite productions from Martin Birch. That's coming up Friday. We got Ken Golden and Professor's Picks. We've got Jamie Laszlo and the Review Crew. We've got Ranking the Albums this weekend should have 2 of them. Brownsville Station with Grant Arthur and myself, and Zebra with Lynn Versace and myself. So you're going to get 2 of them this week. So that's all coming up. And I got also going to do that episode I've been talking about, my favorite band lineups of all time, those configurations that are absolutely killer, can't miss. That's also coming up this week. I may even get you that today. We'll see how it goes. And a few other things. I got a couple other musical musings from the wild, just kind of talking albums and things like that. So that also, you'll probably get a couple of those this week. So plenty happening here as we close out the month. And visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together. together. Boom, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options. Thank you in advance for all your support there. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.